Recording only, not the present. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We've had a few tries, but then I hope we are ready to begin with the session. Setu Segal, if you could request you to turn off your mic, that would help. Thank you. Now, to begin with, let us start with the discussion on comprehension passage. Now, the easiest way to attempt or understand comprehension is, just a moment, please. The easiest way to attempt comprehension passage is to read it multiple times. How we can do it, how we can begin is, as to there's a few step-by-step process which we believe in, and children who are listening to it, if you could make a note, it would help you. To begin with, start reading your question paper, read your passage without bothering about anything. That is step one. Step one, read the passage. Step two, after the passage has been read, read the questions. That has been done. That's something normally which we all are doing it. Fair enough. After that, what we do is, we read the passage again without bothering to find any answer. So first time we read the passage without anything, without any worry about the question. Then we read the questions, and then we read the passage again. We do not bother finding the answer. What will happen is, when we are reading the second time, a few answers might strike us. If they do, well and good, we don't bother about them. If they don't, then also it does not make a difference to us. Moving ahead, once that has been done, we read the questions again. And when we read the questions again for the second time, we realize that we have identified the passage, we mark them, or we either underline the answer or the keywords, or we put the brackets thing which we Indians use a lot. We mark the brackets and we do that. Once that is done, what we need to do is, we now, after reading the passage for the second time, we need to read the questions and find the answer. That is the third time we are reading the passage. This time we are doing it specifically to find the answer. Fine. Whatever answers we can find, we find them. The rest we leave them. Once we finish with that, then we look at the questions whose answers we have not identified, we have not found, and then only we go ahead and try finding the answer to the questions which we have not been able to answer. So once again, I mean, you could write, if people were writing, you could make a note. Step one, read the passage. Step two, read the questions. Step three, yes.
Step two. Yes, sir. All right.
Read the passage. Step two is read the passage, read the questions. Step three, read passage for second time. We have read it once in step one. In step three, read it again. Now, when we are reading in step three, you could put next line, you could write a dash and put the note. A few answers will be identified on their own. Mark them. Step four, read the questions, try finding the answers of the questions which we can easily find the answers of. Fair enough? Step five, read the remaining questions and answer the questions whose answers we have not found so far. These are the 5 steps. And see, logically, it makes sense also. When we have read the passage 3 times already, what is going to happen in these 3 times? We would be familiar with the passage and we would know about it. And it would help us comprehend it better and solve it and find the answers in a better manner. Now, while we are at it, we also need to ensure that something which we need to do is, we need to make sure that since these are multiple choice questions, we are not here to find the right answer only. Because what happens in multiple choice many times, more than one option may appear to be the right answer. I know it's more like a cliche at this time, but then there's never no harm in repeating something which is important. The best way to solve multiple choice questions is to first remove the wrong options. Fair enough. I hope there's no doubt. I hope there's no doubt with the, yeah, yeah. I hope there's no doubt regarding the comprehension passage. Once again, I would repeat the system. Step 1, read the passage. Step 2, read the questions. Step 3, read the passage again. Identify the answers which come to your mind directly, which you understand directly. Step 4, read the questions and try to find the answers. Only find the answers to the questions whose answers you can find easily. Leave the remaining question. Step 5, read the remaining questions and find the answers to the remaining question. So this is what we have to share about comprehension passage. If there's any doubt, you could ask, else we will move ahead with the letter writing format. Fair enough? May I request the team to start the presentation of the letter writing format. Fair enough. So what we see, we are seeing the complete format in front of us. Yeah. Yeah. The format begins with the sender's address. We leave a line after writing the sender's address. We mention the date. The format is 3rd February 2013. If the examination, of course, we will not be writing it right now, but still there's no harm in knowing it. This is the format, the date format. If you could request the team to, yeah, if you could request the team, if the team could just mention, highlight the, if the team could highlight the date. The date format is 3rd February 2013, 15th March 2021, so on and so on. After we write the date, we leave a line and write mention the receiver's address, then designation followed by receiver's address. Yeah, this is the date format which is being highlighted. So yeah, it is 3rd February 2013, 15th August 2021, and so on and so forth. Next, we come to, yeah, thank you for highlighting the date. We come to the receiver's designation, the manager, the editor, so on and so forth. Since we, the question which is there for writing task is letter to the editor, we would mention the editor, the name of the newspaper we could mention. If the name of the newspaper is not mentioned, people may say, write a letter to an editor of a national daily. The name of the newspaper is not National Daily. It has to be a newspaper which is in circulation, which is printed and published and shared, is available in across the nation. Best way to remember, I mean, we could recommend, if you want, you could make a note. The editor, the name of the newspaper you could mention, Hindustan Times. The address is 53 Kasturba Gandhi Marg, New Delhi. So the address for the letter is, in the letter, the address for the editor of a newspaper could be It has to be Hindustan Times, 53 Kasturba Gandhi Marg, New Delhi. Then here in this format, we have mentioned the subject above, but it should ideally be after the salutation. Dear sir, oblique ma'am. If we could request the team to enhance the size of dear sir, oblique ma'am and make it appear big. Yeah. You're highlighting it, but if you could just, yeah, good. Now, if you look at it, we do not write respected, we do not write esteemed or something else or the other. We write dear sir, oblique ma'am. The spelling of ma'am is M-A apostrophe A-M. Ma'am is the word which is used for madam, but we do not use the word madam, we use ma'am, because the word madam has a negative connotation. It is a term which is used to, which is used to refer to the ladies who kept brothels. So we don't use the word madam, we use the term ma'am. If the question mentions write a letter to so and so and are requesting him, in that case we only mention sir. If it is mentioned her, we write ma'am. Otherwise, we only mention, or we mention dear sir, oblique ma'am. Coming back to the letter to the editor, we do not use the endearment of dear. We just mention, when we are writing to the editor, it is always sir. We don't mention dear sir or ma'am, we only mention sir. The reason for that is we are writing to a chair or designation and not to a person. After that, we mention, we write a letter in paragraph. First paragraph is introduction to the problem. Oh yeah, after salutation. If you could just go back. The designation, the subject line which is mentioned on top has to come after salutation. Subject is what you want to be done and try to keep it in around 6 to 7 words. So, just a minute, please. Just a minute, please. Hold. Yeah. So, first paragraph, when we come to writing the body of the letter, the first paragraph is introduction to the problem. What is that you're talking about? Second paragraph is detail of the problem. Third is additional detail, if any. Fourth paragraph, the outcome which you want. Fifth and final paragraph is, the fifth paragraph is any warning or any request which you wish to make. So that would be, or that would be a conclusion thing. Then we end with thank you, thanking you, or thanking you with for your cooperation. The team, if you could go ahead now. After thanking, we leave a line and mention yours sincerely. Yours does not have any apostrophe. It is Y-O-U-R-S, Y being capital uppercase. Sincerely, the S is small, lowercase. And you write the name of the person who's writing the letter. And if there's any designation, you mention that. What we have done is, and what we'll do again, we will share these formats with you in the WhatsApp group, and you could make use of them from there. May request the team to move, present the next page where we could discuss the general points for important points. Team, if you could zoom out, and so we could see the general points in more detail. Yeah. Just zoom out. Okay. Team, you need to zoom out again. Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, fair enough. Now you need to give in the sender's address. I think you're zooming out a little bit too much. Thank you. That's enough. You need to give complete address detail of the sender. Best way which we do while teaching a children, we ask a children to choose a 2 to 3 digit number. So all the students just choose a number which has to be more than 9, which has to be from 10 till 999. Just choose a number and write the number in the chat box. Or just choose it for yourself. You could unmute yourself and mention that also. Once the number is chosen, choose a locality. What our suggestion would be, choose any one of these 4 localities. One is Adarsh Nagar, another is Mahatma Gandhi Marg, third is Model Town, fourth locality is Station Road or Civil Lines. Because practically every city, every place has these localities in India. So you will not make a mistake in that. So let us say I choose 33 Adarsh Nagar, Afzalgarh, 347 Model Town, Bareilly. So that is the sentence as we do that. Date could be in any format, but we would suggest you write the format which we have discussed earlier. Now, when we are writing a formal letter, we need to use the word the before the designation. In case of letter to editor, the name of the newspaper comes after the designation. Usually the name of the newspaper has the word the in it. The Times of India, the Tribune. And remember, National Daily is not in the name of a newspaper. So do not ever write the editor National Daily. Now, don't bother introducing yourself. I am so and so from so and so school. That could always be mentioned when you're writing your name at the end of the thing. Always remember the subject follows the salutation. Team, if you could just move ahead, scroll ahead. Just scroll ahead, yeah. Because the simple reason we wish people first and then we ask them for work. It never happens that we go to a classroom and we say, okay, today we'll have a test, good morning class. Or, sir, may I go and drink water? And then, good morning, sir. No, it's never that way. We always wish people first and then we ask what we want from them. Now, all good pieces of writing, including letters, are divided into paragraphs. A minimum of 3 paragraphs in a letter, maximum of 5 paragraphs. Now, as we said, the first paragraph will be the reason for writing the letter or the problem you're discussing. The second would give facts and details about it. Third, if required, can give more facts and more details. Fourth, what solution you want. Fifth, could be a warning or a concluding statement. Thank you. Could we request the team to just scroll up ahead? Okay, do not be over respectful. Don't use with due respect. I beg to say, these are from the colonial times. We don't use that. It is always dear sir, and then we begin with the letter. May we move to the next page and let us have a look at the format of a formal letter. Okay, here if you see the address is mentioned B36 Shastri Nagar, New Delhi. The date is mentioned. Now, after the sender's address, we leave a line. After the date, we leave a line. The director, Delhi Transport Corporation, Wazirpur Bus Depot, New Delhi. Leave a line, dear sir. Leave a line. Subject, request for increasing frequency of buses. Now, first you tell what is the problem you're facing or what is required. The residents are facing a few problems. There are less buses and people are not being able to go and do the work because of less buses. Then we give details. There's only one bus serving the locality. It leaves at this time and comes at the so and so time. And we need more buses of the same. And see now what in this letter they have already mentioned all the things, the details in the second paragraph itself. And then what is required? Kindly therefore take steps to introduce at least 2 more buses to serve the locality, so that the residents can get buses every 2 hours. Thank you. Could we just scroll up? Yeah, team, just scroll up. Kindly therefore take steps to introduce. Okay, thank you. Yours sincerely, name of the person and secretary, Resident Welfare Association. If you could have a look at the next page. I think there's an informal format, a letter. Yeah, that's not required. So getting back to the same letter format. So I hope this has been useful. We would request the team to stop with the presentation. Please stop presenting. Yeah. So We have discussed the letter format. We have talked about comprehension. If there's any question, any doubt you wish to ask, we will discuss that, or we will move ahead to discussing the article writing format, and we can move ahead with that. Now, beat an article. Is there any doubt? Anything you wish to ask, or could we move ahead? Fair enough. I think there's some doubt. Somebody raised it out in the chat. Let's have a look at that. Okay, fine, no doubt. Moving ahead. See, to make things simple, essays, composition, speech, and articles, they are all a composition or an essay. And for that, we can always use the 5-paragraph essay format, which is usually taught in grade 4 and 5. What happens in the 5-paragraph essay format? If we could request the children if they could make a note. First point they need to talk about is they could begin with writing the title on top. So we begin with title and then we leave a line and write the first paragraph. First paragraph is introduction. Second paragraph is either a reason or detail we give. Second paragraph we give reason or detail. Third paragraph we give more reason or more details. Fifth paragraph is conclusion. The same way is with the article. In the article, what we need to mention is we need to have a byline. So the byline could be right after the title. The byline could be at the end of the article. Now, we are using the contemporary format now, but why take a risk while writing an article? While writing an article for the examination. So we will use contemporary, but we will try to use mix and match as per the convention of the examiners. So number one, we begin by writing the title on top. Title, as always, would be 6 words or less. If the title is given, you write the same title with pen. If the title is not given, we would request you for one thing, that is make your own title. If you're able to make your own title directly, you mention that. Otherwise, if you're not sure about the title you made, please write the title with pencil. You could always erase and write with pen. And then we leave a line, and from the left side of the margin, left line, we write the first paragraph. First paragraph, we introduce what we are talking about. Once the paragraph is over, we leave a line and we give details. Third paragraph, we give detail. Fourth paragraph, we give detail. Fifth, we do a conclusion. Now, if the word limit is 150 words, then each paragraph would be around 30 odd words. So I think this is it. This should be enough about articles. So we've discussed comprehension, we've discussed formal letter, and we've discussed article writing. We would be sharing these formats with you in the WhatsApp chat. Any doubt about article or letter writing or comprehension? Else we'll move ahead. We will take a 5-minute break. Everybody could take a 5-minute break, and we will start after that with literature. If there's any doubt, you could mention that. Okay, then what we are doing is we are going to start with literature. Thank you. We would request the team to stop with the recording and end.